Hi, this is Mitra Sorrells in the PhocusWire studio, and I'm joined today by Matthieu Ballester with Nannybag. He is the co-founder and CEO. Welcome, thanks for joining us.
Thanks
you
a
were
lot.
on stage this morning sharing about your company. So you have a luggage storage network.
Yep.
I heard you say you're in about 4,000 places in 25 countries right now. You've just launched a new service. Really kind of, I think, an interesting concept, but I'm curious to talk a little bit more as to how you make this a reality. So the idea is if I'm going somewhere, I leave my bags at home, Nannybag comes and picks them up.
Exactly.
And I show up at my destination and my bags are there.
Exactly. So the idea first was to allow travelers first to entrust the luggage in local businesses. So we provide luggage storage everywhere. That was the first idea, but now the vision is bigger. We want to change the way people travel. So we want to add a new service to, like I said, eradicate the pain point of luggage from your mind. So we want to launch the door-to-door service. It's quite simple. So the example I took is, for example, if you want to move from New York to Paris, you will leave your home without a suitcase and you will recover your luggage directly in Paris, in your hotels, in your room. So how we can do it? We don't manage the customer acquisition part, and we don't do the logistic. We are just a partner, a techno partner between the providers and also the logistic partner. So,
Okay.
for example, if you book a room in Paris on Booking.com or Ctrip for Asia, you will have an option for 50 more euro if you want. You can leave your home without suitcase and retrieve your luggage directly on the room that you are booking on Booking.com. And at the end, we will provide you the best logistic partners like DHL or FedEx, etc. So we just need to do your luggage one day before your departure. So you need to be well organized. That's the only thing.
So explain to me then a little bit more about that. So who is it that is picking up the luggage from my home, first of all?
It's a logistic partner.
Okay.
Actually, Nannybag is just the intermediary between the customer acquisition partner, like Booking.com, and the logistic partner. And we will provide you the best logistic partner in function of your destination. So it can be Yamato for Japan, it can be UPS for US, it can be La Poste for France, for example. And we provide you two kind of prices, the most economical and the faster one.
And you already have those partnerships in place with those logistics providers, or that's
Yep.
So this is available in all of your markets, or
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. And the idea is to have equal or lower price than prices provided by airlines. And also, in a way, we monetize the laziness because you don't need to do the queue at the airport. You just go to the airport, you take your plane just with a small bag, you arrive in your hotel, and your suitcase is waiting for you. That's the idea.
And so you're working then with logistics partners potentially on both ends of that, correct? Because if UPS is the one picking up my bag here in the US, they're not necessarily the ones picking it up on the arrival site, correct?
Generally, this is the same because UPS, DHL, etc. are quite big. But for example, if I said about Japan,
Right.
you will start, for example, with DHL and finish with Yamato.
Okay. Interesting. So what are your next steps with that? Because this just launched?
Yeah, actually, the idea is to try to make some tests, to have to know how customers get about this new service, about prices. And when I know enough about the volume we can make, I can come back to DHL and say, okay, I can manage this kind of volume. What can I do in terms of prices? So I can have lower prices. So the idea is to connect the door-to-door service to many suppliers, like Booking.com, some hotel chain. It can be some train company, a lot of kind of company actually. And after, I can probably manage the customer acquisition by myself.
And you are already integrated with some of those booking platforms then?
Yeah.
So
Exactly. For now, the test is more with families.
Okay.
So, for example, in Europe, you have Center Park, Center Vacances.
Right.
So, families with, I don't know, at least 3-5 kids, they have many luggage.
Right.
It's really stressful, actually, when we have to move. So, we are trying with them and to see how much they can put in this service. So, we know better about how we can manage and optimize our prices.
Okay. So let's talk a little bit about your partners, because you named several of them. You have a lot of hotel partners. You have Amadeus, EasyJet, Flixbus, some Airbnb. Or do you have plans to try to add more in that vacation rental space? Because it does seem like that's kind of an optimal situation.
You're totally right. So we did the customer acquisition by ourselves at the beginning.
Okay.
Through SEO, SEA, etc. And now the idea is to make big partnership with property managers so they can offer our service to their customer. So for example, if I use the example of Airbnb hosts, they can propose Nannybag to their customers, so before the check-in or after the checkout, if they need to put the luggage somewhere, and we give them a commission. So they offer a better experience to their customer, and they are paid for that. So actually, it's quite interesting for them.
Okay. So there were several questions from the Dragons when you were on stage around the topics of safety and security.
Yeah.
It's something that's been getting a lot of attention in the news because of some situations that have happened with these asset-like businesses like Uber, like Airbnb, and like Nannybag in a way. How much does that pose a concern for you? I mean, that yes, you don't own the facilities that are storing the bags, you don't own the businesses that are transporting them, but there's a responsibility there still. Yeah.
Actually, at the beginning, I was afraid to have a cold start. When you launch a new company, you never know. We didn't have any cold start because we had a very strong process to validate each new location we have. So we receive, for example, a new registration. We have an agent, we will validate all information about this company, about this insurance, etc. And at the beginning, we send someone to verify all information about the storage space provided, etc.
Right.
Now we got insurance with AXA insurance for each travelers for the luggage. We cannot lose luggage because it's inside a store, so it's impossible to move it. The only thing is about theft or this kind of problem we can have. But to be honest with you, this kind of concept is collaborative company, and our currency is trust, and it works perfectly. Like BlaBlaCar in France or Airbnb, even Airbnb for the world parts. So it's not really a big deal for us to manage. But we need, if we want to scale and to get the same quality of service, we need to be very focused on the quality of each new stores we have. So we have to find new ways to automate the verification of new location we have on the network. That's one of the most important things I think now.
Okay. So there's a lot of competitors in this space.
Yeah.
Some that are here, you were followed on stage. How do you differentiate? How do you compete?
We have quite the same concept, same prices, etc. Today, Nannybag is better, more because they have a better execution since the beginning. But I think it's more because we work on the brand value since the beginning. Travelers have a better experience with Nannybag, and they prefer to repeat at Nannybag, which is really important. And we don't put also for our network exclusivity clause, because I don't think it's relevant to put an exclusivity clause at the beginning if you're not sure that you will give them more turnover at the end of the month or put more luggage inside. I prefer to have a good relationship, a mobile app. We speak the same language, which is really important, and a very good customer service. And they will prefer to work with us than any other competitors just for that.
So by that, you're talking about the storage facilities themselves might be listed with Nannybag as well as some others. And what about on the customer side, though? I mean, how do you get in front of those travelers to?
The most important thing for travelers is first location, because you want to find luggage storage very close to you, to your need. So we need to have the bigger network. So it's already like that today. Second thing is about opening hours. If you want to leave your luggage at midnight, it's difficult with stores. So you will need to have 24/7 location. We have hotels today. And at Nannybag, 30% of our network are hotels because we make deals with Accor Hotel, Xinjiang in Asia, etc. So it's also one of the biggest competitive advantage we have compared to competitors.
Okay. Wonderful. Well, Matthieu, thank you so much for
Thanks
your
a lot.
time. Appreciate talking to you. Thanks so much for watching.